Hey, morning guys. Morning Pablo. There you go. Let's go here. This down. Take up too much space. Hit. Okay. Morning guys. Morning Daniel. Morning Kevin. Daniel, if you could keep me posted on the latency, the delay, please. That would be awesome. Just want to see how bad it can get here. I'm gonna go live on Discord as well. Yeah, not bad right now, Daniel. We'll see. Thanks, man. Yeah, I need to redo it. There you go. Okay. Good morning, Augustine. I think I met you on Instagram. Welcome. Morning, Carden. The Daily Tube Show is here. What's going on? Good morning, Rev. Okay, so as usual, Fridays are pretty tight days, mainly meaning I'm only looking for perfect setups. And of course, when I'm streaming, I'm always looking for perfect setups. Interestingly, I trade a little bit different live than when I trade for myself. I trade better when I'm live. Just a little bit more boring because I want something that's perfect. So I end up sitting on my hands for quite a while until I find something worth trading. So just going through my scanner right now. Morning, Bush Pig. I think since the nation or the world is starting to open up, as things, I don't know if things are getting better, but definitely people are getting restless, right? So businesses are opening up, so we may see less of an outcome in these live streams, which is fine. Just saying that out loud. AYX is an interesting place on the daily, so it may go right here, how it touches these areas. The only reason I'm not taking it is because the volume right here, and the volume is just diminishing. It's not showing. There is a ramp, but then it kind of dies off at the high, and now it's fading down, and it may break down. So, you know, doesn't fit the parameters entirely, but you can tell that there was a little bit. It's pulling back because of this right here, because it hits these bodies and this wick. Morning, Mr. Mackey. Morning, Viva. Oh, it's Deluxe. What's going on, Deluxe? Deluxe. Deluxe from Denmark. I should turn up my sound so I can hear my side chick tell me what to do. MET is doing a nosedive.
PBYI. SIG.
Okay, looking at my chart here, trying to figure out if it's a good place. Not really. May have to look at the 15s. Look at that move down. Okay, it's down to hit this area. Somewhere back there, it's actually touching a resistance right here. It's passing it up a little bit. Now all I really want to see is the volume.
Met.
There is volume, but it's not ramping. So hopefully I don't get faked into this trade, but I like the spreads. It's only 2 cents. I want a spike in volume, and then I'll try for it. It doesn't have the nosedive either. I mean, it is going down, but it's not parabolic downwards. It's not looping down. Not yet, at least.
SIG.
So we'll see.
NKTR.
Quite a push down. Try to look at the news here. Price to 44 from 42. That's good news. Little green candle there. I may enter small on a 1 minute trigger. This is a 5 minute chart, by the way. 2 minute chart. Okay, it did kind of trigger there, didn't it? I wanted to go follow through. No, I'm not convinced. The volume doesn't show it. It may be a soft reversal here. So trade small on this one, or put a tighter stop.
MNST.
Okay. Looking good so far. 34.9 is strong. Okay. That was a small little scalp. I went small on that one because of the volume. So check this out. It's not a ramp, right?
AYX.
It had a lot of volume in the beginning to push it down, and it didn't give me a significant volume for the, to tell me that it's going to really go. I want something that really goes. I don't want to hold my breath. And this one will probably go. It's just the setup isn't perfect. So I made $70 on that
MNST.
one. Hopefully you guys can read the scanners. Y'all have two options. If you look in the description, I think a lot of people here are actually from the chat. But if you're not in the chat room, check out Jeremy Newby's chat room. It's in the description. It's free. And Discord generally has minimal lag compared to YouTube. But as long as you're not concerned with the lag, then YouTube should be fine. Just let me know when we start hitting 30-second delays. Also, the chat room has some good people really typing in some good stuff. So if you guys are in the chat and you're watching on the stream, I appreciate it, but don't get sidetracked. Keep tossing in those notifications. Let them know what you're seeing. Too low. Bear is calling out too low. TW. Yeah, this one. Bear is pretty good at finding. Look at this strong move here. And so you guys know that one of my initial rules is I'd only trade 45 minutes after the market opens, so I can see things unfold. That, and I'm lazy. And lately I've had a hard time sleeping, so I don't do any breakouts in the morning, just not awake enough. But Bear found this one. It has
MKTR.
5 strong 15-minute candles, and the volume isn't showing that it wants to turn around anytime soon. So that looks nice. On the ones, there is a little bit of volume for that pullback, but as you guys already know, I'm not looking for small pullbacks. I want a signal that tells me it's going to be a very strong pullback. So the one thing, I mean, other than creating the beginner's course, and then everybody, I really appreciate you guys following along, but when I start seeing people say that they're struggling because they're already initiated in trading, like they've been trading for a few years, but they're not doing well, I'm assuming either
Sig.
you haven't paper traded long enough just to know your percentage win and loss rate, or generally if you've been trading for over a year, you already know your strategy. And if you're still not doing well, it would probably be because of human nature. We assuming like you're sitting on your hands for an hour, man, you start getting that itch, right? I don't know why I keep staring at my mic instead of the camera. But you get that itch to trade, and when that happens, you're going to take imperfect trades. So perhaps paper trade again, and you already know the feeling of what it's like to fail boat on a trade. So start trading tighter. It has to fit all the parameters. So what I've noticed as a teacher is everything's critical now. Missing out too low is gonna go down here. Everything's more critical when people are watching, especially my dad, right? If my dad's watching me, I don't want to fail at all. So things get a little bit more critical. Some people care about others more than they care about themselves. In Chinese we call it losing face. So when I have family friends, which is like friends of my father, watching me, I'm not going to take anything that's not perfect.
PBYI.
And that's why I have a higher success rate, win rate. I don't take chances when I'm streaming with them. And I suggest you do that too. And another really good habit of mine that I think really helped me
MNST.
is recording. Find a way to record your screen so you can watch what happens, especially on bad days. A lot of people may record their days and throw away their bad days because they don't want to remember it. But we have to figure out why. And for me, all the time, whenever I have a bad day, it's because I'm trading very loose. I'm just starting to take anything that looks okay. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. You're going to reduce your success rate. You're going to mess up on your strategy.
SIG.
Yup. Yep. Oh, too low. Bobby Flay is saying that Bear's suggestion for too low
PBYI.
of it going parabolic is good, and he's going to short it at 178. So he already shorted it here. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about it is at the volume. So when the volume diminishes, well, it's already going down, right? So you'll hear me say that after I enter a trade that if the volume's dying off, then still looking at the mic. When the volume dies down, then it's gonna you generally keep its direction. There's no resistance. But I don't really care for something choppy like this. I just want it just to dive down. I don't like to hold my breath.
SIG.
PBYI. That's nice. That's nice, Ben. PBYI. Very strong. Look at that volume on that doji. My dojis on my Thinkorswim charts are white. So it's linear. That makes me a little nervous. It's really strong. So let's see if we can find a resistance in the
MNST.
daily. Yeah, there is. It could go a little higher. It cuts through all these wicks here, and it touches some back here. It's in a good place. But if I look up close to it, it's going straight, and it doesn't have the ramp. I need the ramp and the volume. So we're seeing a lot of soft reversals. So I mean, when it goes, it's going to be a good call, Ben. But I'm not on Fridays for me. Yeah, I see the resistance, Ben. Good job. Nice one. Nice look. Good morning, Heredia. Jorge. Z. Z's another one. Hold on 1 second.
Sig.
Hold on 1 sec. I gotta take this. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Okay, I'm back. TBLT is ripping. Let's see, there's obviously news. Thermal camera. Oh, it's like Fleur yesterday. How they were talking about this thermal camera would probably be good for finding people with COVID. I don't know about that. I mean, if you're cold on the outside, but it is hitting a good spot on the daily there. So maybe short from high a day. 1 minute trigger. It already did one pullback, so you have to be careful. That pullback may signify a movement back up. Let me look at the news again. Oh, it's going to be a thermal camera. That's pretty awesome. So they're going to implement the thermal imaging inside the camera. That would be awesome. I know Fleur, FLIR, has that thermal imaging that you can put on the camera. I've been wanting to get that thing. So no trigger. It may actually go up. We'll see. If it goes up, it may be worth going long on that. It's cheap. Let's see. FISV, yeah, that thing's moving down pretty significantly, isn't it? TBLT is breaking down. I'm kind of hesitant right now to take it because of that pop down. Yeah, I'm not taking it. It's already popped down. FISV. It's an interesting spot on FISV. The volume isn't telling me when it's going to turn around though. Albeit a lot of charts won't tell you based on volume, but with volume you are guaranteed to have that reversal. More or less. CVNA was nice. Good call on that one. Was nice. I mean, that pop, that 1 minute pop from 109 and now it's 107. It's crazy. Pablo? FISP? The volume ramp? Yeah, I'm trying to find the volume ramp, but I don't quite see it on this one very well. I do see the pop in volume right there, but there really isn't a ramp going on. Not like this dying ramp in the beginning of the morning. A lot of times when something dives down, you're going to see a pop in volume that I kind of try to find similar to these right here. This one, these. And I do want to see a ramp in that volume just to give me more conviction that it will go. And this one, it may go, but because it tested this one before it broke down and it didn't work. But I can't really see that volume unless I'm just looking at it wrong. It looks like it's dying off actually. Now if I go into the 15s, maybe it looks better, right? It looks like it is going up. And in the 5s, maybe better. That ramp right here on the 5s, that looks really good actually. Yeah, it does look a lot better on 5s. And it is in this area where the post-market and pre-market actually had that little, creating a trend line right there. Wow, TBLT. Just let it go. But also, it's a linear movement. It's not parabolic. So it's a good look. I would call it a B setup, but not today. I'm looking for 100% today. So yeah, Pablo, in a nutshell, I'm looking for volume in all areas, 15, 5, 2s, and 1s. Maybe I'll skip the 2s and just go for 15, 5s, and 1s. If there's a volume ramp in 15s, then and no volume ramp in anything else, no significant volume ramp, then it's possible it's going to be a fade, right? It's not going to move fast. If you see an extreme volume ramp on the 1s and it's parabolic on 1s, it's going to be a fast mover. Hey Warren, yeah, this is public. You can do what you want. Call out anything you like. Welcome, by the way. I don't know how beneficial. Let me ask Dan on the Discord. So I'm on the Discord here. You can see I'm streaming. Generally speaking, in the Discord, there's zero lag. So let me see if I can ask Karnan real fast. Or anybody actually that's in both. Or actually, how's the lag right now, guys? Really? No lag at all? Thanks. Interesting. So I guess some days. So Sandro switched to Discord. Just trying to figure out. Some people have lag and some people don't. So Sandro said it was 30 seconds behind earlier, but that was 30 minutes ago. Man, I've been on here for 30 minutes already? That's crazy. DPZ Pizza's going down. I'm live.
Just a little lag, maybe a few seconds.
Yeah, it sounds like 5 seconds from you. Domino's ramping down just a little bit, DB. 10 seconds. But then to some people, there's no lag at all. Daniel says there's no lag. That's crazy. There's more lag here than there is over at you, Daniel. And Daniel, aren't you in like Canada? It's crazy. Okay. And then with the Discord, some people are saying they can't. Okay, it looks like Domino's may actually go there. See how it ramped up in volume there? It's expensive though. 13-cent spread. And I can't seem to find an area in the 15s. Oh, yeah, you can. Kinda, not really. Yeah, right here. This will probably be more like a scalp. Volume is light, yeah. So this is the 15, by the way. You'll know from up here, you'll see 2M for 2-minute chart. 2-minute looks cleaner. Looks like it's about to go here. But I'm hesitant because the movement down was only at 10:40, 20 minutes ago. It's a good scalp. IHRT. Looks like IHRT is trying to turn red. Whoa. Mara. It's a penny stock though. If you guys have access to penny stocks, keep an eye out on Mara. It already went. I'm pretty sure I don't have shares for this one. SIG. Oh, SIG for a breakdown? I'm not the best person to ask for that one, Mr. Mackey. I don't do breakdowns, but it does look good because the volume is diminished on SIG. Sierra India Golf. It looks okay for that reason. Mares, the past 3 days has just been going crazy. So it's all the way up here. Good place. Yeah, no shorts on Mara. All the good ones never seem to have shares. So right now, today I'm up just $200 on 2 trades. I went heavy on 2 and kind of just scalped a couple. I should go back and see. Yeah, I scalped one. And I scalped one I shouldn't have scalped. MET, FISV. FISV is just going down. Oh, that's what Luke was just calling. Wow. Dude is faster than my trade ideas. Than my side chick. So a little bit little reset here, didn't trigger on fives. So it does look good on fives. A little dirtier on twos because it's been resetting a few times on twos. Let's look at the daily. I already know I don't like it because how linear it is. But doesn't mean it won't go. It's just my rules are pretty strict. Yeah, there's an area there. Right here. And when a part of you says that when you see something go down like that, it has to reset, right? There's no way you can have, well, sometimes, but N is ramping on 15s. And let's see, fives. Somewhat ramping on fives. The green candle didn't have one. So, yeah, it looks interesting. People are getting more interested in the area. More volumes coming in. Right here. There it goes. Maybe. That's a nice call. Nice call, Luke. Zillow is another one that's just going. Z, that one is just moving straight up. When I see something like this, guys, in a chart, so yesterday it moved up $5 almost, and today it's moving another $5. Kind of makes you think it probably is going to lose steam and pull back either today or Monday, right? So a compounded movement would be something that's ramping in volume on intraday, and then it reverses, and it's going to stay that way because it's already been moving so much today. Kind of like this right here. How it went up, came down, went up, and then it creates a nice rejection wick as once it came up to this level of the body of this candle. So right now it's over here. It could go up to here in the 56s. It shows no interest in reversing right now, so I'll put that on watch and hopefully see a shape that the parabolic shape I want. Bill. Bill is a breakout, kinda. Okay, be right back, guys. Talking too much. Gotta grab some water. Let's see. Why am I looking at save? Take a look at this one, guys. Save. This would have been really nice this morning. Look at that move down. This one, this nosedive, and then this ramp in volume. This would have been nice, right? To catch this area. And then another nosedive with a huge volume. So you can get... There's not much range, but that's why I probably didn't show up on my scanner. Well, actually, it's showing up on my my ripping scanner, but it's pretty. So if you guys haven't seen my first trade today, it was this one right here, I think. Yeah, because I was a little bit concerned about this. It wasn't parabolic. It really wanted to push itself down, which is rare. I never seen that before. Usually it just ramps up like this, right? But it went, and this is what I mean by I scalped it, because obviously it went all the way to VWAP, which would have been nice. But this was pretty reassuring that it would go regardless. So trigger on ones, and then I got it for a few cents. Listen to a little bit of Benzinga here. Oh, Charlie's not there right now. He said he'd be back in an hour. Hey Hugh, sure thing. Zillow again. ZG and Z, they're both Zillow. I think they practically mirror each other. A ZG and this is Z. Yeah, they're the same. THC. THC. Oh, THC. Rampant volume right here. But it's kind of a breakout right there, right? So if it goes down, we have to contend to that area, that support area. So not entirely sure about that one.
ZG.
It's a good place though. On a daily, guys. See right there? Kinda. It could go higher, right? No, I'm not taking it. I don't do these small counters. At least not on Fridays. figure out why my scanner is telling me about ZG, other than the fact that it's been going today like forever. Yesterday I don't think it even pulled back at all. That's what makes it kind of dangerous. It did right there. Like one solid move at 145, very late. And you can see a little bit of volume here to suggest that it would go down. 5 minutes. So this was yesterday right here. I just kept going. And then it broke down. This is the 5-minute chart. It broke down quite a bit. And then it went back up. So that's why you can't, that's why we see that in the daily chart, where it's pretty much a full body there. Today it went down to try to close that gap, and then it went back up. Now this may be a curl down, or a fade, I mean. It's triggered right here. But you see, it doesn't have that volume for me to even determine. And it didn't have that volume yesterday either. It just goes down whenever it feels like. That's a bit frustrating. Look how. Wow, that's a strong move. 47.60. That's over $1. That's on pretty much $1 move with very little signal. It just said it was done. That's about it. And that was 48.80. Just trying to figure out how to read this thing.
Wix.
48.80. And that is basically closing this gap. That's all I can really determine. And it touches this candle right here. Yeah, okay, I see it now. It got to this point where it touches these candles, a little bit at the bottom wick right here, and it was pretty much done. So now today, it may be coming up to here, right? This area, this body, this wick.
THC.
And it's pretty much there, so. And it looks like it's going down. So what do you think, guys? 100 shares? If it goes down $1, it's $100. And I guess that kind of makes sense, right? It's not an ideal setup, but give it a shot. I'm shorting just a little bit there. Stop at high day. It's probably not gonna work. I'm not good at these. 55.60. Because in order to do something like this, generally you need to have your stop like pretty relaxed, pretty far away, because it may come up and then you're gonna get stopped out and you're gonna get frustrated and it'll come back down again. So let me just go ahead and set it a little bit further. Say, so the high is what, 55.59? I'm gonna set it at 55.80. What's the spread like? The spread's crap. Okay, I set it and just leave it alone. Moving on. THC again, it's breaking out. It's bad shape.
THC.
No. She can say that all she wants, but I don't like this, how it resets here. I mean, it may come back down because it's hitting this wall, outside wall, but still, it's not unless it goes farther away. Here's something interesting though about THC. It's up to here. Right up here. This area. Yeah, see how it cuts through all these bodies? Maybe this wick a little bit. This high is what? 1889 and 1894? Maybe if I see some volume, it would convince me to take it. We'll see. PTGX. JSEG says PTGX hit. That's a lot of volume in PTGX. Wow. Look at that, guys. PTGX all the way up here. That is a nice look, JSEG. I'm probably gonna stop out on my my ZG. It's okay. It was small. PTGX is at a really interesting place. But it's, see how it's just fighting for that extra breakout. There's maybe a breakdown below 16-ish, 1590 something. No shorts on PTGX. Are you Pablo? Are you referring to TradeNet? Yeah, there's no shares for PTGX. That's sad. But guys, just keep an eye out on this one. Yeah, Lightspeed. I don't have shares either. Right here, underneath. If you have shares, maybe. That may be a good place. So sad. All the good ones. Well, let's just watch it. See what happens. I really don't like stocks that go sideways like that, though. I mean, who does? Hey, Arthur. Welcome. Uh, let's see. What's up with that lap volume there? So, Sierra Alpha Victor Alpha. Lots of volume right there for that breakout to come down, back down. Interesting. Volume's a little bit backwards, but it's interesting.
MSI. GLUU. THC.
Glue. Wow, there's nothing today. Not for me, at least. I just had 3 trades, and I'm still in ZG small for maybe $100 or so. We'll see. There it goes. That was nice. But you see the ramp and volume was backwards. But it was nice. Okay. CG's going down a bit. It's very thoughtful of him or her. It. I shouldn't discriminate. ZG has a nice dive. I'm gonna see if it's gonna dive further. Most likely it's gonna bounce back and forth in that area. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So right now it's gonna be supported in this area right here. So I need it to break down past that. We'll see.
mRNA.
Moderna. That's how stock was. That was doing really well when COVID was scary. No, nobody really cares. They just want to get back to work. What is it? 1 in 5? 1 in 5 people are seeking unemployment. That's gotta hurt. It's in this area right here. See how it touches this? This was pre-market though, so it still counts. So I had a friend ask me, when do I turn off
MSI.
the pre and post market on the chart? And I tell him I never do, because you still want to be able to form a trend line to see things. And sometimes the trend line is inside the pre and post market, so what was I doing? Yeah, Moderna. Moderna. It looks like it's going. There's no significant volume there though.
MSI.
MSI is a good reason. Is an interesting study. Um, Here's a stock that I won't touch because it's recovering. It went all the way down here, and now it's recovering. A lot of stocks like to close the gap, so I'm not going to take this because it may have a strong reason to close that gap. Unless I see something in the 1 minute that looks very parabolic. Otherwise, it's just too far away from that gap for me to even think about it.
LMNX.
Okay. What's the spread like? 8-cent spread? This one's another breakdown, but that's a strong move down there. I just need to see some volume. Yeesh. It's already going. Can't have it go right now. That 1 minute is just too far away. Keep going down. Yeah. There it goes. Without me. I'm not taking it. Let me show what's going on here. So you can see, it's better off if I zoom in. When I went down this time, it had this amount of volume to come up there. Now it did an even stronger nosedive, and yet the volume's even less. So, you know, it's not the best setup. Okay, I got stopped out of ZG. It did a high day to 56. I set my stop too tight. So if it ever does start going straight down, and I'll be there. Today's just gonna be one of those boring days, guys. Where's David? My cat's hungry. But you wanna say hi? Come here.
DDOG.
There you go. Okay. Oh, say hi. No?
ECPG.
Okay. He is. He's a real fat cutie. Here, just show everybody and say hi. Oh, there you go. Okay, let me feed him real fast. Yeah, real fluffy. Now my shirt's all covered in fluff. Yeah, I see. Yeah, ECPG is grinding. Kind of like DDOG's shape. It basically did a red to green move there. You can see it better here. So it was a red to green move. It went straight down. Now it's come back up to that area. So another weird looking shape.
Serve. ADAP.
ADAP, a little bit of a
ADAP.
ADAP is having a good day today.
Serve.
And serve is looking good.
ADAP.
Oh, look at all those fives on ADAP. Look at all these fives here. With the ramp up in volume. It's really thin. It's not thin. It's okay. And then there's serve. It's going up. It's hard to see on that chart because of the band, but here's. And then of course I just want to see volume come in. And then you see the daily here.
DDOG.
This is one of those that I'm hesitant to take, but it is approaching these areas right here because it's within
Sir.
this huge retracement. So if it wants to retrace, then it's very possible it won't come back, you know? Just gotta be careful with those. I think I like serve, but you know, let me check the 15s. Yeah, it could. This is an interesting area for the 15s as well. I think I just lost my Discord connection. Yeah, I'm still there. So I've been looking at microphones because this Blue Yeti picks up all the sounds. I may be switching out microphones soon, so those of y'all that can't handle the rapping of my keyboard, I may be changing things up soon a little bit. I may enter on ones on this one, guys. So I needed to get to like according to this right here. Let's go with the 15s. I needed to get here. That's a pretty good place already. And then it could reset on the way down. So trigger on 5s would be all the way down here. So I think I got a good entry on the ones. So now it's a matter of just not being greedy. And yeah. So maybe get it back into the channel here, and then maybe closer to the 5-minute 90 MA. What else is there? ADAP actually went a bit. ADAP is going. Yeah. Didn't trigger. Well, I mean, you don't want to trigger on 5s, it's too far away. Triggered on 2s twice already. So, yeah, we'll see. Hmm, 88P's reversed.
ADAP.
Ooh, 88P was scary. And serve is, let's see. Serve is working against me right now. Looks like I was a bit greedy. So we'll see what happens. Sandro asks, when you're looking up for the ramp of entry, do you look for 1s, 2s, 5s? Yes, I look at all of them. So that's the one thing that serve didn't have really. But it did have it, kind of. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the ramp. Not significant at all. So if it doesn't go, then that could be a very good reason. It just had the parabolic move that I was hoping for. So we'll see. Right now I'm breaking even. But not anymore. I'm still red a little bit. Well, I'm just gonna let this ride, guys. I'll be right back. Boop.
DDOG.
It's muted. It's not? Alright. Had to use the restroom, according to Woo. Thanks, Woo, for announcing that to everybody. Yeah, DDOG did good. What? Oh, it's getting good. Yeah. I don't think you missed DDOG. I think it's still looking good. But the volume is so thin when it's popping up like that. JSEC announced Bill that pop up and retracement. That was nice. Okay, Sava. There's a lot of interesting volume going on with this one, but it's doing a fake out. No, not really. It didn't quite trigger on ones. Just a little bit. And looking further away, seeing if I can clean up the chart a little bit. It looks okay. Looks really good on 15s, but that's 15s. And right, it's up here. See how it's touching this wick? That's a nice look, JSEC. He announced that on the Discord app. And there it's going a bit. Oh, it's not tradable for me. But it was nice. It was a nice one. Ooh, it's getting... Salva's not really wanting to turn around. That's where the volume comes into play, guys. Where if there's significant volume, then you have a lot more conviction on these reversals. If it has the right shape, that is. W. Can't tell about W. Wayfair. But yeah, nice on Sava. Gosh, today's boring. guys see anything? Dog? Oh yeah. Data dog. That just sounds strange when you say it out loud. Yeah, on the 15s and 5s, it looks good. Just need that volume to tell us.
WHO's Ryan says maybe sports can start again, but spectators may have to stay away a little bit longer. Says may have to have a significant alteration of our lifestyle until there is a vaccine.
Yeah, it's nice, Daniel. Just really needs that volume to kick in. Do you see a resistance in the daily? I don't see resistance. It's all-time highs, isn't it? Yeah, so we definitely want to see more interest, more shares being thrown around before we try to enter something like that. I mean, that's ideally, that would be pretty.
Governor Cuomo, New York State Governor Cuomo says total coronavirus hospitalizations at 8,196 versus 8,645 a day earlier.
Okay, there's some volume right there, Daniel. That's a heck of a lot of volume right there. It looks like a fat finger though. Let me check the time and set the tape. See if I can find it. I guess it was this 2000 right there.
Number of coronavirus cases in Florida rose by 400 on Friday, 69 new deaths
Okay, my
in
server.
Florida.
Okay.
SNGX,
I don't like that pop though, Daniel. You
more
know,
biopharma getting a pop.
But I mean,
here,
if you're
small
in it-
volume coming in.
I'm rooting for you.
Governor Cuomo says 3-day rolling average of new COVID-19 hospitalizations at 604 versus 607 a day earlier.
Okay, I'm out of serve. That was a rough ride, but I got a good 10 cents out of it. That to me would be kind of lucky because that shape was horrible.
DDOG.
Oh yeah, I did DDOG. So you can't trust that fat finger, you know, that a volume spike may not suggest much, but it is showing more volume now. So if you're still stalking it. Oh, that's good. Almost got in. That's good. Yeah, it's not a perfect
Alabama says starting Monday, May 11th, restaurant dining.
Yeah, I agree. Especially right now, when everything looks, you know, okay. It doesn't look that great. We get impatient. And then when it goes, then you're like, you know, pissed off. But it's okay if you don't get it.
Sig.
I mean, that's how I feel about trading, that is. Bobby in the chat rooms talking about AXL. It was moving up pretty good. Should pull back, and it just did a little bit, quite a bit. Not much range, but it's nice. We got data dog, and we have cats. That's funny. Where's cats? Nothing really. Just having a bad day on cats. Or cats is having a bad day. Well, guys, I've been on this. Oh wait, MR Moderna. Carnan's calling out Moderna. Okay. Modernas haven't turned back in a while. Just a little consolidation, pullback consolidation breakout. That's a nice look. All-time highs as well, I think. Let me double check my time frame on my chart. Oh, I have it set for 10 years. I should be set on max. Okay, yeah, still same thing. All-time highs. $58.83, he says. Oh, he sees the 58.85 on the post market right here. So even though it's all-time highs, it's not all-time highs if you include the pre-market It went up to here. So right now we broke past this area, and it's just having a really good day. It would be great if it ramped up to 859 and then we short it. That's a good look. Thanks for that, Carnan.
mRNA.
Look at that. Carnan just called out before my trade ideas did. Oh, because there's a little bit of extra volume coming in now. So what do we want? Well, 58.85. That's so close to 59. So I would want 59 first. Well, you know. Let's see a ramp in volume and a move straight up to it without a pullback. I'm going to set this chart for 5 minutes. So you guys see that right there? This right here? My chart says 58.85.
mRNA.
His chart may show 58.83. But, you know, you get the idea. We want it to just to fly into that area, and that's what it's really doing right now. So I think people see what we see, and that's good. Now the game is who can get in and out first and last, or first. We don't want to be out last. But we're getting so close to 59, so. Oh, Michelle, you know, right now would be a time to just scalp it to that movement, but I don't know if it's going to reset, so I'm looking for a counter. I more or less only focus on counters when it comes to these kind of movements. Pullback. But in this case, I don't think it, yeah, it's going to be a pullback, but I'm hoping for a full reversal.
DDOG.
So there's a 4-cent spread.
mRNA.
Struggling, it's adding volume. Setting up my order. I don't want it to go now. It would be awesome if we see that volume of like 230-ish, like we did over here. I can't see it in this one. Like this volume spike right there. Just anything over here would be nice in the near 200s. We got a little red candle there. Zillow looks good again. It's like a Zillow is probably one of the yeah, curl down, yeah. It has a strong support area in that 55.5 area though, so I'm kind of done with it. That's my red ticker for today. If I take it now, then I don't know. DDOG. Is it looking better now? Yeah, that one looks good, but see how it just kind of pulled back already, like a few minutes ago? That almost faked the people out on a 1 minute trigger. Is it looking good on a daily? I can't see. But is there an all-time high? Okay, I'm gonna look at that later. I need to focus on Moderna. I want that volume to spike, but it's not. It's kind of just floating around up there. It's gonna do a soft pullback maybe, but then you have to be careful because it may run back up. There it is. There's a soft pullback. So I'm in a little bit because I don't trust the movement. Okay, that was good. But I really wish it went over to that 85 area. Then I would have put full shares in. So in this case, I made it about 115 on this one, but you know, it could have been more if it went where we're supposed to. Yeah. Nice one, Daniel. Thanks for that. And Karnan. Karnan found the top for me. And then it's gonna pop back up. Maybe it'll come back to 59. That's up to you. I'm done with that one though. There's nothing more frustrating than taking a nice green trade and then accidentally taking some profits away because you're Was it the 15s? I didn't understand what you were looking at with Moderna, the 15s. Oh, I think you mean by the volume? Yeah, I think, okay, I see. You're suggesting the volume was huge on the collection of 15 on that 15-minute last 15-minute candle. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was extended. Thanks for that. And you know, DDOG, still don't see that volume, but it looks like it could just go, doesn't it? This is one of those 60-40s. Maybe it will. PRA is having a pretty horrible day. Look at this, guys. PRA. Surge down with all that volume. Now it's kind of stuck here. Is this a bank? It's an insurance. Oh, it's called Pro Assurance. It's having a bad day. Maybe a pullback. Look at fives. Look at that. That is insane. That it didn't even think about bouncing. But you see how it was a linear move down. It wasn't a parabolic move down. If it was a nosedive, then it may have bounced. This one kind of just went straight down like it knew what it was doing, and then it's changed its movement. This is just like the banks. Banks tend to do that too. But you know, if it ever decides to do another nosedive, then it'll be a good. It could be a good trade. So Jeremy mentioned that he could be live streaming. That would be cool. But you all have to understand that he's an introvert. He's mentioned that to me many times.
To visit Israel to meet coalition government from the State Department. That's from AFP.
AFP. So I know we want him to, and he talked about it, but let's not give him too much pressure on that, because we don't want him to have a bad day. That's one of my greatest fears too. Having a bad day during the stream, it's like jinxing yourself, you know? If he's not comfortable, then he's not comfortable. Thanks, Warren. Trust me, there's plenty of freaking out going on in my head sometimes. Yeah, it's very different when people are watching you. But I think because I used to be a teacher for middle school and high school, it gets to a point where I don't get flustered as much when people are watching me anymore, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? I don't even know what I'm looking at. I should be looking right here. But you'll notice that some people that go streaming, they feel like, well, my wife tells me too, that sometimes I sound like I'm trying to make a show, and I am kinda, you know. I'm trying to be as extrovert as I can, and this is as far as it gets, unless I'm in a classroom. That's when I start using my teacher voice to, you know, project. But the fact is, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and not breaking any rules just because there's an audience, then I'm not really showing off. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do and just trying to help the best I can. So I know I'm not exactly the most interesting person on YouTube, that's for sure. But once I change my own personality, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail boat, you know? I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do very well at all. My wife already knows that I talk a lot more right now than I do the entire day. Glue is looking really pretty. Look at that. This is on 5s. Thanks, Alex. That's what I think so too. A part of me does wish I could possibly, I don't really wish it. I know there's even more pressure if I show you my trading platform. That would really negate all the naysayers. But the fact is, having your account number out there and then it gets a little bit of legal issues. There's a rampant volume right here too, but there just isn't quite a. Look at the 15s though. Look at that. It had one red candle in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 candle. 11 green 15-minute candles right here on Glue. Thanks, Alex. You know, that's the driving force that keeps me going, actually. Just hearing people like you tell me that I'm actually helping. Yeah, it is. But then when we go to ones, then we see all these small resets. And then that's when I know, or that's when part of me says I really need a strong volume ramp just to signify when it's done. You know, just get it over with, ramp up, and then that's when I know I can go. But if it just curls down like Z, I think Z's doing that right now, right? Zillow or ZM. ZM? It can't be ZM. Oh no, that's Zoom, sorry. I meant Zillow. Man, see, look at that. This thing showed some promising movement to curl down in this support area. It just needed to break through, right? And look, it just broke all the way back to the highs and made another high. So that's why I don't like doing curls. Even though the curl downs may actually work, I mean, it looked great right here, right? It looked like, why don't I just take 100 shares and just go down here? But by then you'll be out, you know, $60 something now at 100 shares. So the best thing would have been, if you're going to make a move like that, is to probably, I need to zoom out just so you can see his shape better, is to catch it at the top, but it's hard to tell where the top is anymore. So that's just my thought on that kind of counter. It's just, and then the Glue here looks beautiful on 15s, but damn it, when is it going to stop resetting? I mean, this could be the time it goes, but it may reset again, you know? So those are the kind of trades that people get into that start ruining your statistical average. So that's why patience is the game, you know? Sandro says PRA. Yeah, PRA is another one. Oh, that's the Pro Assurance. That's the insurance one that I was just talking about. That one's having a horrible day. Loss in revenues. I need to look close. Everything's negative since a week ago. There's some extra volume down there, but I really need that.
FNKO.
Funko pop-up. RVLV as well. Nice pop-up. It's giving people a hard time up there. Just needs to break down. lot of volume for something this small. Lots of fun. Nothing seems to be like a smooth sailing, you know? Like Moderna. You kind of knew it was going to go here, and then it comes back up, and it goes back down. But you see, it's not that clear. Go to 5s. It's more clear on 5s here. If we were machines and we can just find that perfect parabolic shape, then life would be good, right? And we only traded that parabolic shape very heavy, then life would be great. But it's just so hard to stay that focused. Here's one that I saved recently. SDC. This was just a few weeks ago. That you can kind of tell that it went parabolic, and you saw that ramp in volume, and this one just tanked twice. This was beautiful. Here's another one, ramp up, and then you see the ramp in volume, parabolic, drops twice. I mean, they just really, these are just so easy to read if you have that ramp in volume, and it needs to be significant. You know, it needs to be more than the morning. All of these are kind of midday. This one was really nice. This was recent too. Chesapeake. It's like a resort, I think. Is it a resort? But it just ramps up like nobody's business. Almost hits 32. Has all that volume, and it just gave up on you. This is the one. These are the ones that I'm always looking for. Michelle likes halted stocks. I used to be so scared of halts. I would have to take medication. Even if it was for good news, I would freak out because it's out of your hands. You know, now you have to wait. But I'm pretty good with them now. Chesapeake is oil? Oh. But now, Michelle, I'm always looking for halts because they get interesting, especially the ones that just fly straight up, hits a daily resistance, and then you're just waiting for that 1 minute trigger for it to dive down twice. Just takes a few seconds. You have to be really fast on your mouse or your hotkeys. Oh, Chesapeake is energy, I see. So those are the ones that get hit pretty hard. Here's another one that this is just the unicorn. This is the ones chart. It just went straight up and never reset. Maybe somebody be caught here. Maybe. I doubt it though, because the volume isn't big enough. And then it just boom, boom, boom. Here's Moderna. Finally chopping its way down. So whenever I get impatient, I have a screenshot of, you know, counter trend porn. They're just the best shape ever. And then you just remind yourself, all of these aren't 10s, you know, they're not that beautiful. You need to wait for that at Unicorn. You know, I'm now that I'm not that weary of halts. Trade Ideas actually has a window strictly for halts. I may actually just have that posted. We have someone in the chat room named Chicken. CSCO. CSCO. Para? Not entirely. When did she post this? When did he post this? 3 minutes ago? Let me just share it with them what parabolic looks like. I have a picture somewhere with a line on it. Oops. That's a good way to keep your patience intact. Sig is kinda looking good. Did Funko go? No, Funko didn't go. So Sig is kind of moving up and out. It does have that nice reset right there. So maybe wait for some really nice movement. Cisco? Is there something really interesting about Cisco that I don't see?
HCNP.
Oh, it is grinding upwards, and then it's changed its angle. So they're talking about Cisco because HCMP is always a good one. Okay, HCMP all times high, broke higher than 2 days ago, all time high of 43.90. We're at 44.16 now. The volume is small, but it kind of just flew up there like. Keep an eye out on that one. Close 42.50-ish. Okay. He's trying to go now, but this could be a scalp, but see how it's doing that? I just don't like that. If only the volume was the other way around. Anton, can you hear me? No, he can't. Unless Anton's on the YouTube. But when people generally ask in the chat or any chat in general, like, should I take it now? We can't advise these things. Personally, I wouldn't. But once we say yes, then legally you're liable a little bit. That's just how the law works. So technically, nobody wants to answer that kind of question. Hey, what's going on, Victor Charlie? VC? Not really. Kind of a boring day. Looks like HCMP wants to go now. Should I take a small? Facebook's doing good. If I look at HCMP on 2s, it looks nice. What's LW about? Still no true volume there. Oh, you do hear me. Awesome, Anton. But yeah, with the Cisco, I think that Cisco, it just doesn't have that shape I'm looking for. How it just kind of, it did change its angle. It did go from straight up to this way, just going at a 45-degree angle. Well, now it's a 30-degree angle. So it's really hard to tell. Even though if we see a resistance or trend line, it's better to have a signal, in my opinion. At least that's part of my my rules, my playbook. Victor Charlie, were you the one asking me about my 3 minute 5:15, my 3 15-minute candles? I think. Yeah. So this is another rule that I don't break, regardless if it goes well or not. If I want to keep my 90 percentile success rate, I'm going to have to abide by my rules, and that is it needs to be parabolic. It needs to have a ramp in volume. I need to wait for it to unfold. So I give it 40 to 45 minutes after the morning opens, and stuff like that. And then there's always other little stuff. But this one as well. One of the rules on Cisco is this is like this is what I call a linear grind, up down up down up down, just like you can't tell. And then of course sometimes it'll go and sometimes it won't, but then we're talking about a 50%. The rampant volume can be in all in 15 5s, 2s, or 1s. But with the 15s, then we're talking about something that may go, but you need it to be, you need to be really loose on your stop, right? But if it has a really extreme ramp on 1s, you know it's going to go like instantly. You're going to be in and out real fast. So the further and further away you are in the time frame, basically the looser and more forgiving you have to be. That's more or less. So if I see a ramp in everything, that's great. Like in the morning, if I see that three 15-minute candle and the candles are getting longer and the ramp is getting bigger, and then I look at the 1s and it looks like a ramp as well in volume, and the candles look like it's making parabolic shape, then that's a perfect setup, pretty much. But at this time right now, this is probably where I probably have to call it, because it's already serve did a little bit of a spike in volume. Tiny little spike right there. Right there. I don't know where it's going though. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Here's another new rule that I kind of abide by right here. Serve is a good reason why you should be very worried about. Other than the fact that you can kind of draw a trend line past this big red candle yesterday, you can kind of draw where a place where it likes, and it kind of extended past that already. It's already in that place, so we don't know if it's going to pull back or want to stay there. But whenever we see this huge red bearish candle from yesterday, then the chances of it rebounding is pretty high, especially when being almost 1 p.m. Eastern time and it's this green, about 50%. We don't know where it's going to go anymore, regardless of what it looks like inside the intraday. Yeah, Victor, the daily support and resistance is very important. I think I've mentioned that in my lesson too. But the thing is, there's a lot more to that, right? Even if it hits the daily, we have to know when it's going to go. Sometimes it just wants to stay there. Sometimes it wants to pass it up, create a wick, and then create that body to sit on the daily. So we don't know which way it's going to go unless we see the volume, the ramp in volume and the shape, right? On this one, I won't take it at all, based on this red candle. Because of this red candle, I'm not going to take it. But actually, I did take it for a small move today. Where was it? It doesn't have the timestamp, but it was prior to it going to 50%.
SQ.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it was probably when it was like right here, when it was cutting through these candles. I'm not sure. Right here, yeah, it was this one, where it cut through this wick, this body, and these bodies and this body. I'm not sure, honestly, but at that time frame, you can see, like you said, the daily trend line. If it looks really good, and then it has a little bit. Oh, I see it now. It was like at. No, I can't remember. My account manager, my window doesn't tell me when. But hopefully that gives you a kind of an idea. Maybe you can look back in the stream and then find it. But it wasn't a perfect setup. That's for sure. SQ. SQ is just... a lot of volume right now. Trying to head up to yesterday. Right now it's here, where it's touching all these wicks right here. So there's a lot of resistance right there. There is a volume ramp, kinda. So maybe, and then it reset itself. Gotta be wary of this one. It's interesting though, the amount of volume that's there is more than this morning. I just wish for it to just, you know, go parabolic. So I'm gonna keep SQ on watch. So here's Cisco. Remember how we said that it could go and then it's popping up? Now it's a matter of, did it pop up because it wants to go further, or did it pop up just to finish it off and come back down? It's just hard to tell with these, at least for me, because that's not my forte. Some people may know exactly what's going on. Exactly, as in exactly 60-40, you know, it's still not, in my opinion, going to be 90 percentile. SQ, if it what's it at right now? 76? If it goes up to 76.8 from yesterday, that would be awesome. W retesting 190. Yeah, it is retesting 190. HCMP. Darna. Nothing's really showing much conviction right now. Funko, Pra. Everything's just gonna curl up or curl down now. It's kind of annoying. So SQ looks like 80-70 on daily. Is it 80-70? Oh yeah, I mean, after yesterday's, I think the next one would be in the 79s. Like that 7902 area. Because there's a 7902 and the 7908 area on the wicks. I don't know. It's not ready yet. It needs to go parabolic for me. The first thing I look for is the parabolic shape. If there's that shape, then I'm going to look for a daily resistance. I want to know why people want it to. I want to know where people are looking for. What all the traders, what's the hype about? Where are we trying to get to? And then once I try to find out the exact place people want to get it to, then I'll take it. But the daily is secondary to the shape. No, Victor, for me, bodies and wicks can touch. Yeah, they're both They're both equally significant. So if it has a parabolic move, but you're at all-time highs, then it gets kind of tricky, right? We have no daily support or resistance. So I overlook that, and then I'll try to enter whenever, emotionally everybody's done with it. Good question, Victor Charlie. I'm going to assume Victor Charlie is not your real name. It's just NATO for VC, right? Am I close? I have a lot of Vietnamese friends, and I would always make fun of them back in the days and just call them Charlies. They didn't mind. SQ's looking toppy here. Rollover. Yeah, it does look like a rollover. But I just don't do rollovers, I'm just not good at those. So where is Cisco going? That's crazy. Okay. There's your rollover, Alex. Let's see if it can go down to that. Go down to this area right here. You have a good 15 cents. I'm gonna turn on Benzinga, see if I'm missing anything. Some people are talking about Etsy. No. SQ. Too low.
White House
Twilio.
says CDC coronavirus reopening guidelines are in the editing process.
Looks like it tried pretty hard on that high a day, right? You can see that volume spike. And now it's curling down, about to hit this little support area right here at the 80.63. That's all I can really say. It's already so high up there. A scalper would wait for a little bit of a green and then short it as it on its way down, I think, because I really don't know if it's going to keep going up. It does still. It hasn't broke its. Movement just yet. It's still moving. It's still a linear grind upwards. So it needs to break through that area. So I don't know.
Low.
If I short it, I would short it and put a really tight stop. That's basically. Yeah, somebody on Benzinga was talking about Etsy. I really don't. It's pretty high up there, but I really don't see anything, any place to counter something like that.
Total rigs minus 34, oil rigs minus 33. Total rigs minus 34, oil minus 33.
Let's see.
Crude getting a little pop here, 23.95, up 39 cents now.
Some interest in SFET here. It pops up. It's almost as if my scanner is getting restless too, giving me crap. Really poor looking trades.
INSG and Seago popping here in the Indian. I remember Sandy Gulf and Seago.
Let's see.
And Seago $11.13 now, up about 5.5%. INSG.
All right, take care, Victor. Oh yeah, that's a nice pop there, Sandro. Nice call. Oh, that's Inseego. That's the one that Charlie's talking about. So I'm assuming this is oil. No, it's not. It's not oil. Okay, Inseego, daily gap fill right here. Really interesting place, but you know, that was just a small pop, so it could
New Jersey
keep
Governor
going.
Murphy now with his daily coronavirus update.
I'm shorting a little bit in Seago here, just for a scalp.
CREG 13G falling out from
Watching level
China
2.
Recycling, Charlie Romeo Echo Golf.
Okay. Just got $50 off in Seago. Thank you, Sandro, for that. So whenever I do something like this, which is pretty high risk, is 2 minute, by the way.
Roundtree Lab reporting a stake.
I just go for the 1 minute break,
3%,
and then I just
3.05%
want one, pretty much only one
CREG.
candle, because I don't know how it may come down too fast and it'll come back up, and then it may retest. So I
Shares
don't
of China
take it for long.
Recycling popping on that 13G filing from China Recycling, CREG.
Hold on. Okay, I got something else to drink.
FAMI, Farmy, another 13G filing, same investor, 53 cents.
Oh, you got $30, Sandro? Awesome. I did too, pretty much after commissions. Cisco again? I mean, I'm just not again, but people keep talking about it. Oh, there's the pop. It is a nice pop, and that could be the part where it's done. How's it going for Oz? I haven't heard from you in a while. Well, then again, I don't stream very much. Cisco is just so strong today. It's hard to identify. Scanner's telling me about Lope, but Lope is so dotty. I feel too late on Cisco. And Cisco seems to be a little bit strong. This thing is so speckly. But it's creating that shape though. Could go higher, and the volume is messed up. Moving on. I'm still waiting for that one trade, but if it doesn't show up today, it's no big deal. Funko is still popping and moving up. Something's going on with Funko. Right here. The volume's increasing. Getting to an interesting place. I don't know if it's tradable, but right here, see that? And then there's a gap fill. So Cisco does look kind of interesting for that breakdown. So I think I got this figured out. The streaming thing. I'm gonna change my mics eventually, so some of y'all that hate my keyboard. Y'all so picky though. I remember 4 years ago I had so much people telling me about my clock. The ticking clock. It's gone now. It finally died on me. Still staring at the mic instead of the camera. But yeah, it's gone now. The clock is gone. But my keyboard and so I'm gonna change this mic so things get a little bit easier on you guys. And I should be streaming more often because I do find myself actually trading tighter and actually better. Lately I've been having like 60 to 80% days. Haven't had a extreme. Ooh, TPIC. Composites. Why is this not in my scanners? Oh, because it's about to turn red in the day. Right there. See that little doji? That's us. That's TPIC. And it's tanking. It's going to. Generally, that's a good area for it to test to see if it wants to actually be turned red. But look at all those reds. So could be interesting. I'm going to set this for the 5-minute chart so I can see it better if I actually take it. Okay, I think it's doing a red move now. Is it red? Yeah, we're finally in the red. Where is it going? What is TPIC? TPI. Blades and global. Financial quarterly. Have to be a little bit careful on this one. Let's wait for a signal. Alex, that's just what I do. I catch the tops and the lows. A lot of traders on the stream in the morning. We'd love to see you there on too. In the mornings, I don't do the morning gap trades. I'm 60-40 when it comes to that. And I think that's pretty much in general what most traders get when they get in the morning. Maybe 70% if you do a gap trade. But I have too many clients that are too new, and I don't want them to follow me trade a gap trade.
Reuters says Iran-linked hackers recently targeted Gilead. That from Reuters, GILD.
And I don't really want to wake up at 8:30. That's Central Time. Tell you honestly, I've always done fine.
Says hackers linked to Iran have targeted
9:15.
staff at Gilead Sciences in recent weeks, according to web archives reviewed by Reuters and 3 cybersecurity researchers.
Carmen says the spreads right now get through about 4-cent spread. I guess that's significant, especially if you're throwing in like 1,000 shares. Yeah. Tell you, I'm not going to take
Billy
it
has a kind
unless.
comment on that report.
Shh, Charlie. I'm not going to take it unless I see significant volume. So for me, at the moment, significant volume would be over this
TPIC.
volume. It needs to be high. It needs to be over 25, over 20,000, and it needs to ramp up. So that's when I can identify when the stock is actually trying to throw on its brakes. So when Alex says don't catch a falling knife, well, you'll see in my videos I catch them all the time, but the knife isn't falling really. The knife almost, if the knife has brakes, then that's when I would take it. When the knife starts, entering the matrix and slowing down because there's too much wind blowing up. There's too much volume. That's when it just kind of comes back up. Here comes the volume here. You see that volume starting to rise a bit? This is the 5 minute, by the way. So here's the 1 minute. See that? It's starting to catch that resistance. A lot of people are starting to believe that it's not going to.
TPIC.
Now, it doesn't mean it's not. Doesn't mean it's going to go. In fact, I'm more short biased than long biased, so I'm not going to go that heavy on this one. But this is looking okay. I think 3-cent spread. 14. Just watching it, Alex. You're probably right. Yeah, you can say you told me so. But I need to see that volume rise before I take it. And I need to see more of a parabolic move. Because the volume is diminishing a bit here. Right? No hurry to get in a losing trade. And if you're not comfortable with it, that's that. I totally understand. It's not tradable. I wasted all my time for this one. And now I'm reading it on Karnan. Karnan already mentioned it's not tradable. But you see that pop right there? So if I took it, maybe it'll go, maybe it won't, and it doesn't, and then you get stopped out, and that's fine. It'll go eventually.
TPIC.
You don't wait for it to yeah, it's not tradable. That's and also when things aren't tradable, that means like hedge funds and all, you're gonna go against them. They block these things, so it's almost in your best interest. But that's some nice volume there. And technically, Alex, this isn't a falling knife. I have videos of a real falling knife. Those are the ones that pretty much hold. But honestly, what's the difference between something like this and something that flies straight up? Are you not going to take that because it flew too high up? So I guess in a lot of ways I am more short biased because of that action. Because you could almost see gravity actually affecting it, even though gravity isn't a thing in stock trading. But things that go straight up does come down pretty easily, doesn't it? This one, on the other hand, the one thing that's going really against it is the fact that it's going from a green to red move, and it's coming down like this wick right here. It's coming all the way down to here. So yeah, this one is risky, but don't put it. I wouldn't put into consideration the failure of this one based on it being a falling knife, because that is basically counter trend. And it's in its extreme case. I hope you understand, Alex. It's going right now. It's going really well right now. It's already 30 cents over the 1 minute trigger there. So just an example of how an extreme move is, how extreme move can actually get you in the green regardless if you had a bad entry the first time. But you're right, this one is definitely not for the faint of heart. If Pablo's still there, is it tradable on Lightspeed, Pablo? Because someday I may actually put up another monitor and actually have two platforms. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all good. So SGen showed up on the platform. I mean, on the trade ideas. SGen closed the daily gap, but I need to see extra volume. SGEN. So I'm assuming, Alex, if you were to short this, you would probably wait for additional volume, right? Because that's when I would get out. If the volume is low, then it's not going to show a reason to turn back yet. So I would want to see this volume pop higher, and then maybe you can short it. But this one is doing pretty good. So just coming from a counter trends expert's point of view, this is not a competition. SGen. In fact, when I hang out with my friends in the chat room, there are some of us that go opposite directions. So knowing what other people like you, Alex, is doing is important to tell me if I'm actually doing the right thing. So you telling me one, it does kind of, rub me the wrong way, but at the same time, it's beneficial to make me double check my actions, So I appreciate your input, Alex. Because we're all human, and trades don't always go the way we want it to. You see how it closed the daily right here? This is kind of significant on SGen. And then on the 15s, we do see a ramp in volume here, but now it's kind of diminishing, which is sad on the 5s. And on the 2s, it could be signaling, and there is still ramp in 2s. So just going through all of the time frames to show you how I would do it as a machine, but I'm still not entirely certain about this one because of the ones. Look at the ones. I mean, it did trigger on ones here, right? And it may have faked somebody, maybe not though. That's not a significant move. But it doesn't have the volume to tell me that it's going to go for sure. Jeremy Newby is shorting THC. He's identifying the fade. He's good at those. So he's basically saw the fade and he's fading it. He has it at 1917. Here's 15 minutes. So maybe his target would be closer to the VWAP, possibly. I don't know. Jeremy, if you're watching, can you tell me? He may be too busy. Oh, he said he was long from 1730. So he has a cushion. Meaning that if this one fails, it wouldn't hurt him that much. So I think he's basically what he's saying is this isn't the perfect setup, but it wouldn't matter because he'll still end up green for that ticker. So Jeremy is talking about possibly streaming. In which case, that would be cool. We can kind of take turns if he likes. Or I can just do the YouTube and he can do the Discord and we can be on both of them. I don't know if both of us can be streaming at the same. Yeah, we can. Well, we both can be talking, that's for sure, because that's his chat room anyways. I can just talk whenever I feel, and he can show his stream. Yeah, SGen is. I just keep staring at the daily gap fill there. That's what keeps intriguing me. I'm just wanting to see something. I'm just wanting to see something here. So Alex, is the Twitch platform good? That's why I keep hearing It is? Do you think it's better than Discord? Yeah. But according to some people, Discord has the lowest latency. Basically, no lag. So the chat room that we're using right now is Discord. So I'm streaming on both of them, by the way, if you'd like to join us. It's free. It's just a group of like-minded people. No, I'm actually streaming on Discord. Also, I've noticed that there is a cap though. So whenever it's really busy, the maximum occupancy for the stream would be 50. So there has been a time when somebody couldn't get in and watch the stream. But otherwise, there's it's in the description, I think, under newbietrading.com. Yeah, in the Discord, you know, we can share files and show pictures and stuff. And a lot of them are not fully initiated yet in trading, so they're learning counter trend with me. But I know there's moderators like Bear and some others that still goes with trend, like you as well. Yeah, I can tell you're pretty initiated in trading. If you weren't, you probably wouldn't be debating with me in my position. Which is cool, by the way. I don't. It's all good. So I'm just keep looking at this this gap fill. Now the question is, does it want to go past that gap fill and then create a wick and come back up, or oh, you're here to learn. That's cool, man. I appreciate it. I respect that. What I don't appreciate, and you all probably already know, especially Alex, since you already know about Twitch and all that other stuff, is that YouTube is really negative biased, right? I mean, you'll see plenty of people trying to hate on you. That's why if I'm ever streaming, it will always most likely be on Discord, but streaming on YouTube has its benefits. That's how people find you to go into the chat room, and that's when we have more like-minded people. So yeah, you're always welcome, Alex.
SGEN.
Okay. She's telling me about SGEN again. But can't seem to find the entry point. There is a lot of volume now, isn't there? There's a lot of volume coming in now. Right here? Not a lot, 20s. I think I see you. Welcome, Alex. Now, just a heads up. The general chat is mainly for, you know, trading notifications. So if you have anything directly to ask me or talk about, just feel free to click on me and PM me. Like if you have trade ideas and you like the scanner, just hit me up. I can send it to you. If you can't see the stream, see it should be there if you're in the lobby. You should have an option to see it.
SGEN.
great. And since you're familiar with Twitch and all that, maybe you can give me some feedback on how the Discord is compared to YouTube and all that. That would be great if you can, because I'm not exactly. I'm getting a little too old school for that stuff. I don't know much. I'm just trying to catch up with y'all at 42. I'm assuming that you're younger. Yeah, oh, Victor, you're in the main lobby but can't find how to comment. Well, there's the general chat and there's the lobby. I don't see you in the lobby area. So click on lobby, and then you can probably see me in there. But you can't comment directly without typing into general chat. So if you want to hit me up, just click on my icon and you can PM me, and I'll respond back when I can. Now, SGen really looks like it wants to break through 155. I'm hoping it does, actually. So we have something that looks like it wants to create a wick. This is nice. If it comes down here, 154.14, that'll be pretty extended. That's cool, Victor. I like YouTube as well, because, you know, because you can hit the like button and subscribe and all, and I get to monetize it, because you know
SGEN.
I'm not getting any money for doing this, except for that passive income that Google AdSense gives me, which is fun. Nothing better than free money. As long as you guys think I'm helpful in any way, I know I'm doing my part. Okay, the volume is coming in. It broke down 155 a little too easily, didn't it? So just gotta sit on my hands and not get faked in, because this thing's been going down forever, right? If you look at the fives, you can see a ramp in volume now. On the safer side, going long on fives would be better, but of course your entry will be much farther away, right? So I'm thinking maybe I'll do something a little bit unorthodox and go partial in. Well, that's not unorthodox, but what I usually do is go in on ones and then go in on maybe go in on twos, but the volume isn't there, so just gotta wait for it. Don't want to get punked into a trade that's been going down forever, right?
SGEN.
Yes. So what did I say? 154.14-ish. Right here. This candle over here is 154.05. Let's just watch it dive farther and farther down, and let's just get a bigger volume than 20K. Safe to join? Join the chat room? I think so. I mean, nobody's gonna hurt you. I don't think. You'll never know. Traders can be pretty dangerous. No SGen? Oh. To get in SGen? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know anything about genetics. It was 4 days ago. The price target was 149. So now they're assuming that it's diving down nicely. That's all I can say right now. Looks really good on fives. I just want it to just keep going. The more it goes, the more conviction I have. So Daniel, if you're still there, I don't know if he is. Can you tell me how the latency is? Or Karnan, is this still good? I think I've been on this thing forever now. Sometimes the stream ends up having like a 2-minute latency. No, this thing is not falling that badly. It's good? Alright, thanks. Thanks, Garnet. This is not falling like a knife. It's not gonna hurt that bad. What will hurt is the spreads. Spreads is like almost 20 cents. Okay, there's a little pop there, but I'm not convinced. Okay. If you want to be safe, entry on fives, and then trade accordingly by size. If you don't know how to trade accordingly by size, I do have a chart made up that I always use just to know. So in this case, there's a 15 to 20 cent spread. The low, if you entry right now is at 26 cents, and then so basically it's 25 cents. So 35-cent risk stop, right? So I'll use the 40-cent one. So if you want to risk $50, then you shouldn't put anything more than 125 shares. That's basically how this works. So hit me up on PM me in the chat room, and I'll send you the file. It's just a Word doc, and you can just print it out. It makes things a lot faster for me. I am a math teacher, but my simple math is nothing compared to, you know, it sucks. My simple math.
SGEN.
Okay. It just keeps going. Does it still have the shape? Yeah, it still does. It's getting better now. QQQ diving. Oh yeah, that one's nice. Okay, a little bit of green there. So it created a pretty nice wick now, right? Low is 153.55. Right now it's 153.97. So already like a 40 cents away. Plus the 20 cents, so 60 cents. So if you want to risk $100, it'll be 150, 170 shares. Look at the volume on the fives. It looks great. I'm just looking at the ones right now to see if there's any volume spike. There's a little bit of green there.
SGEN.
Okay. There's some significant volume now on the 1 minute. Okay, a lot of volume on the 1 minute now. 35K. This could be the signal. So I'll put a partial in on 1 minute trigger. And then I'll put in some more on the 5s. So the 1 minute trigger is 155.93. Doing a fake out still. This is why patience is so important. I'm going long. I like to catch these bounces. I'm definitely not shorting something
SGEN.
that's been going down this long. Now the volume died on that green candle on the 1 minute. That concerns me a little bit. Look at that volume on 5s. It's beautiful. That chart is just something else. Hey Sam. Right now I try to stream when I can, but sometimes I'm just not up for it. So today I notified that I was going to stream today last night, but I'm almost always streaming on the Discord app in the chat room. Most of the time. Lately, I've been kind of off because of this. You know, this quarantine thing is really making me tired. So I like to. Right now, it's almost every other day I'm streaming. But I'm trying my best to stream every day because it seems to benefit me just as much as it benefits you. Ooh. I'm in a little bit. There's a little pop right there. Okay. Gonna look for the 2 minute. Adding a little bit in my position because it hit the 2 minute trigger. I think we're good. This is the rebound that we're looking for. So now the target is the 5 minute 90 MA, this blue line right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my stop underneath 153. What's the low? 152.85, 152.80. So I need to focus right now, guys. So I'll take a look at what I need to see. But the blue line is 155.23, and you know this is the EMA, so it's going to move up the faster that this green candle goes up. So far it's going well. Watching level 2 here. Okay. It's looking good. Took half out. Still watching level 2. Maybe target at 155. I'm not that greedy. But I definitely don't want anything to turn back on me. Okay, I'm out. Alright, that was a good one. There's another reason why I like to stream, because streaming tends to, I don't have to type in my entry. You can imagine how stressful it would be to type in your entry while you're trying to take a trade like this. And of course, this is probably not done. This is probably a reset for another move up, because it's I'm over 50% sure it's done going any more down. Hey, you're very welcome, Sam. I'm glad it's helpful for some of y'all. Paulia says, what do you think about Forex? Man, I have a friend, you probably saw in the lesson, if you watched my beginner's lesson, that she's doing Forex. And I'm learning about mini lots and micro lots and was it a pip? How to count pips? It's different, but the charts are the same. You know, we still read charts similarly. Is it possible to trade and be profitable? I think so. A lot of people do get profitable in Forex. Why is it difficult in Forex? That I can't tell you, because I don't have the experience. But when I glance at the charts, the strategies are similar. But I really can't. I really need a lot more spare time to dive into Forex, and I probably will, because this former student of mine is really doing Forex, and you know, she's more like a friend now. I can't say former student anymore. She's like, I don't even know. She's maybe 25 now. She was I taught her geometry in 10th grade, and she was one of my favorite students. So, yeah, I'll probably look into that. So who can help you in Forex? Paulius, I don't know, honestly.
KRG.
If you find out who can help you, let me know, because I want to learn fast too. If you find someone that like counters like me on stocks, yeah, I definitely want to talk to this guy. Is she in the Discord? No, I don't think so. She's still a student in college, so I think she's still, maybe then she's not 25, is she? She's probably 23, but she's aiming to be a doctor, I think. But no, she's not in Forex in the chat, because she's doing Forex, and the chat is mainly stocks. So far, I'm all green today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens and 1 red, because I decided to take a fade, right? A fade on this one that actually went anyways, because that's the lack of patience I have. Well, it was a fade here, and it didn't really fade until it went all the way up here against me. That's why I don't do these. Oh, you can't see. I'm looking at the wrong screen. I was in this stupid thing. I was hoping to be in this move right here, but I wasn't. I was in this move right here that popped back up. So there are some people that just place their stop extremely high, but I'm not that person, so I just put my stop at 56 something. Thanks, Paulius. Yeah, keep me posted, please. KRG. NGVC. So sometimes I'll find stocks that are moving really fast on these two scanners. I call it ripping up and ripping down. And if they start fitting the parameters of a counter, then they'll end up in the counter strategy scanner. So you can see a lot of volume here, but SGen, ooh, it's still moving down. How scary is that?
ABEO. ABEO.
Sammy find Forex easier? Okay. Maybe I should look into that then. But then stocks isn't hard either, is it? I mean, the only hard part in stocks is, in my opinion, is just trying to not put your emotions in the trade. Could you clarify why you think Forex is easier? Or elaborate, I mean? I'd like to know. Oh, volume. Huh? How did you lose on SGen, Karnan? You held it too long? Jibbles Mush. I like your name. Forex is the largest market in the world. Yeah, okay, I see. So it makes the stock market look tiny? Well, that sounds... I'll try not to take that offensively. My game isn't tiny. Okay. But yeah, I have noticed a lot of people when I try to study on YouTube, there are a lot of people trying to teach Forex. So, hell, if I want my YouTube to grow, I should learn everything, because then I should be teaching all of y'all 5 different ways of winning in penny stocks, and 5 different ways and how to be successful in Forex, and 3 different ways. You know what I mean? I would have more things to share with y'all, but the older I get, the more focused and narrow I am in my strategy. But yeah, I'll look into it. If Forex is that big, then it may. You'll never know when the stock market becomes too. When the world changes, you need other different methods up your sleeve. Baby pips. I don't know. Okay, I'll look into baby pips. Gibbles. Thanks, man. Or ma'am? I'm not sure. Oh, it's free for everyone, Alex. You're very welcome. Man, okay. I need to talk to you. Okay, Karna says I got in at upper 154 on SGen. You got in at 154. Oh, did you get in on the 5-minute trigger? Yeah, you did. You pretty much entered on a 5-minute trigger, but they're still 50 cents. So you just held it, right? Got stuck in my discipline not going after bigs. Oh, the spreads caught you? So then there was probably 20 cents on the way up, and quite possibly you may have been trying to catch the blue line, right? The 9 EMA. Okay. Well, I'll tell you this much. In this action right here, Karnan, if I were when I'm doing this by the chart, and I'll tell you this much, very rarely am I looking at the chart when I'm going for a fast moving stock. When after I execute the stock, I'm mainly looking at the level 2. The level 2 will tell me, almost helps me predict the movement. So if you entered here on the 54, which is not a bad thing, because and you're still not out. It needs to break down this low, but of course we don't want to go that low, right? So you probably held a tight stop, and once it goes up, I'm chasing the level 2 action, making sure that the bid is higher than the ask all the time, almost all the time, except for maybe a few seconds. And if it keeps going up, then I'm good. In which case, I was staying in the bid side. My first stop wouldn't be the 9 EMA. My first stop would be right here, the division in the 5-minute chart. So right here in 154.72 would be where I would be most concerned, because a lot of times it would go up to that level as a trend line, and then it may test it. In this case, it kind of did, right? Because it didn't go to the 9-minute 5 EMA right here. It didn't go to. Let me bunch it up better. Okay, it didn't go up to here. Let me get rid of this too. It didn't go up to. It did. It went up to here, and then it didn't quite catch the 9-minute like I thought it would. A lot of times, a move this extreme would, but who knows? Hasn't gone all the way down, and maybe it will eventually. But the point is, once you see the level 2 action on the bid, on the ask start getting bigger than the bid, that's when you know that it's going to go down a little bit. Now it's up to you to decide: is that for that one moment, or is that for good? You know, and in this case, because of the 15 to 20 cent spread, it's better off just to catch it on the way up. So this is a fast moving one, and yeah, sorry about your loss, man. That sucks. Your Karnan, your thoughts, your opinion about spreads are valid, but it needs to be relative to the range of the price action, right? So if you have something like Tesla, then the spreads are huge, but also the movement is huge. So just put that in perspective. I mean, if you can have something to move 5 cents, but you only have 1 cent spread, and that's still not worth doing, in my opinion. You need something with more range. So when you pointed out earlier that you didn't like the spread because it was 3 or 4 cents, then I'm like, what? That's not big at all. But yeah, just put in perspective. So yeah, if you want, I'll send you my stop loss chart. That may help a little bit. Help you just quickly analyze your stop losses. But yeah, my wife is cooking something or she has something in the oven and it's smelling kind of good. So I'm probably gonna stop the stream right now. I'm up about 450 today, which is okay for Friday. So I'll see y'all maybe Monday. The camera's right there. I'll see y'all Monday, and yeah, hopefully Monday will be a little bit more action. Mondays are always a little bit more fun, but also a little bit more stressful, right? So it's all good. Take care, guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time. And this time, I think I know how to turn off my stream. All right, bye.